right?
How the commissioner can say, don't get personal with me?
Right. We didn't ask you what kind of blood pressure medication you're taking or what other pills you take. We didn't ask you that. What we asked was, could we expect to turn on the TV and see you as our commissioner? But I'll tell you what happens. See, when you play these little games with the system, because the system will always win. What we witnessed on Friday is the commissioner of police at a briefing at the office of the prime minister handing over his briefing. He is commissioner, dressing every button they give him. And he hand over the ceremony to Clayton Fernando, who looked like he come from ODI chopping bush.
Stop it.
There is no way this ought to happen. The point I'm making to you is, we see collapses in our system time and time and time again.
It shouldn't be done that way. You're
no
right.
one pays any attention to it.
This commissioner should be made to retire. He should not be treated this way. And we do it all the time to strip him, embarrass him, something. By the way, should the police force be treated this way? Should people like a Paul Rule, if he is still someone who has great knowledge, ability, etc., be sort of shuttled into another area where he can be more impactful? Crime is out of control. Should we be getting, and even the time when Clayton Fernando those were sent home, should we kind of use this expertise over the years into another area and not have the commissioner sitting up there in his feelings or standing up there in his feelings, obviously little vexed that the reporters can ask him, when you're retiring, but sort of just very respectfully pushed in another direction to do something else.
Here is what is true. In order for the man to take charge of the force, they dress him up in ribbons and buttons and pins and medals, and they give him a sword. They give him a sword. So you know it's serious, right? And then they march him up on top of the hill and make him stand there while an old guy comes down a secret staircase, into a room full with red carpet. This serious. This is just to let you know how serious it is. And then they hold on to God Holy Bible and say that this is the man we will entrust the day-to-day operations of this organization to. Then they find a good piece of cartridge paper. Have you ever seen an appointment?
No.
They give them good cartridge paper and put a seal on it, and the seal got a unicorn and a lion. That must be a very serious piece of seal, right? As long as this man possesses this instrument of appointment, I don't care if a blue light or a white light and a cloven dove came down from heaven and anointed Clayton Fernando, he'd better find somewhere to stand until they give him the Bible to hold. Until such time, I am commissioner, this is my ship, and you tell the prime minister, because I don't answer to him, call me.
Not in this here country. I don't care how. There was a time under Hubert Ingram, I think the commissioner was made sort of into this independent role, and he was to be kind of the appointment honored, etc. Doesn't happen.
Well,
you know that.
Last week, I took no regard for the commissioner, and I will tell you why. Right? It's because when they got the top floor to get him, he smiled. I used to read the newspaper, man. This is in the newspaper. When they send Ken Strawn them home, let's not forget, Ken Strawn, the only way, I used to say at one point, Shanique, the only way for Ken Strawn was to not be commissioner of police was if he died or divorced his wife. The man has not done any of those two things. He's still not commissioner of police today. How they got around him, it's unclear to me. However, the former administration come up with some magical, masterful something. The whole top floor disappears, and up from the ashes, like the, what is the bird? Like the phoenix, Paul Roll arises, right? And he's made commissioner. And I'll tell you this where I stand. As long as you put your hand on the Bible and receive that appointment, I support you with every fiber of my being as my commissioner. All right? And so you sat in the seat, Now your time has come. And now, you watch The Lion King? Mufasa said to Simba, Simba, one day the sun will set on my reign. Well, Simba, the sun is setting. Mufasa, it's time. And so all of this...
should have been expecting that.
Rightfully.
Because this is the same gentleman who say men who can't handle their emotions. I'm not even going to go. That's something you would say.